beginning of this process, I sold a lot of stuff that I had in the garage because it's sitting in a garage. What's the point of keeping it? But I've reached the point now where I've only got a few boxes left in there, and it's kind of stuff that I'd be a bit heart wrenched to get rid of. So it's just getting funded purely now by my wages. So I'm having to like really, really think hard and carefully about what I pick up, and
Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us as we continue Martyn's quest to complete the 96 in graded form. Yes, that's right. It's making the grade. So far, he's collected 64 of the 96 said figures across 15 episodes. That makes this episode 16, and Martyn has 5 new graded figures to show us. But before he does that, we have to do my favourite part of the episode, which is telling Martyn how much he spent on average.
No.
Well, you'll be pleased to hear, Martyn, last time you averaged £92.12 per figure, and after a pretty good week, let's face it, you brought that down to £91.90.
Nice
per figure.
Nice.
So not bad. Not
We're
bad.
going down, which is actually quite good, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's going to change this week, though, is it?
I actually disagree. I think this week I'm going to go down even further because I've picked up some amazing. Well, one particular is an amazing bargain on eBay because no one else bid for it, but we'll come to that. But yeah, no, I think I'll be dropping it to this episode. That's
interesting. See, I try to, so it's a surprise for me, like it is the viewers, apart from obviously seeing a lot of them in the thumbnail. I like to try not to look at the notes too much, so I can have that surprise as well. Yeah. So I don't know what you've spent. I don't know the grades or anything. I know the characters, that's all.
Yeah. Just before we start, we haven't done this for a few episodes, but I used to always say, what have I learned? And I don't know if anyone remembers, but in not the last, but the episode before that, I was saying, I had a Patplu carded figure as well as the graded one that I'd picked up, and I was unsure why it was called the Last 17 when the 2 Ewoks came out on Return of the Jedi cards, and lo and behold, the man who knows everything about Kenner vintage Star Wars figures, BOE, put in the comments that obviously we were right. There were those 2 Ewoks. Funnily enough, I don't know if they were the blacked out Ewoks, but there were 2 Ewoks that came out on Return of the Jedi cards, and then the subsequent Last 17 came out on either Tri-Logo or Power of the Force cards. So that was really interesting. And he did say in the comment as well that some people hush do refer to it as the Last 15 and not the Last 17. So I thought that was quite interesting.
We had a couple of comments saying the Last 15, didn't we?
We did, yeah. Someone else.
So, interesting, yeah.
So that was an interesting little fact.
So you're still learning things.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm learning. I'm going to learn every week. So yeah, let's kick off this episode with my first pickup. And while this isn't one of the big boys in terms of being a pop-up lightsaber R2D2 or a yak face, this is one of the big boys in terms of popular characters, everybody's favorite figure or one of their favorite figures when they're growing up. I picked up a 1979 Boba Fett COO of Hong Kong, UKG graded 85%, and it is an old case style, so that's slightly disappointing, but it's it looks every part an 85. And I won this in an auction, not eBay, just a regular auction, for £120.
That seems like a really good deal.
I thought it was a fantastic bargain. Nobody else bid in this auction for it. I won with my initial bid, which was the lowest they'd had it down for. So yeah, I was over the moon to pick this because, as I say, you see in the video, it looks absolutely stunning. There's not a mark on it. It looks absolutely great. and I remember watching a video of the action figure grader saying that the Boba Fett market has sort of had a bit of a downturn in terms of prices at the moment. So I think I might have been the beneficiary of that, because to get one, while it's not a rare, country of origin or a certain variant, it is still quite cheap, £120 for a Boba Fett. So great bargain there.
They do seem to go for a good amount normally. Now, I've actually got a question for the viewers out there that regarding the cases. Do they go towards the value? Does an old case sort of devalue the figure slightly? Yeah.
Oh yes, definitely. I mean, if you watch Action Figure Grader, you can quite clearly see that the same figure in a new case style and against an old case style will go for not significantly lower. I suppose it depends on the figure, but they'll always go for lower than the new case style. So
Okay.
But
I didn't need to ask the viewers anyway.
No,
you knew.
No, but I mean, in a way, you could see that as a way of keeping the costs down a little bit in this little thing that I'm doing. So yeah, maybe I'll do that for all of the really expensive ones.
But aesthetically, though, the new cases do look way better, don't they? So
they do. They look much better.
Sure, but
anyway,
keeps the cost down.
Yeah. Next figure is a 1980 Imperial Commander. It's a no COO. It's UKG graded 85%, and it cost me £70. And this was from when we went to Sandown. This was this when I was growing up. I'm always like team bad guys in Star Wars. So, and this was a figure I remember having as a kid, and I had several of these, and for some bizarre reason I used to have this figure so much, and I'd have him like commanding the stormtroopers when I was playing with them. It was a great figure. I really loved this one, and I think I've said before, Admiral Piet, or Fiat, whatever however you pronounce it, was one of my favorite sort of side characters in the Star Originals trilogy. So
was this from the Sandown that we went to last month?
Sorry, no, it's the Sandown that I went to on my own. Sorry, I misspoke.
I was going to say, I don't remember you picking graded things.
No.
There, but no.
I just picked up the Clone Wars figures, didn't I, that day? Yeah, sorry, my bad.
I thought you might have gone back in afterwards.
Again, this is how far we've got behind with our recording sessions. So I'm really happy to get this one. Really good nick again, and a really good price. So
nice.
Next one, 1983 Nikto. This one's also a no COO, and this is UKG graded 85%. This one cost me £75, and it was from Another League Toys.
Nice.
It's
weekly mensch.
Yeah. Well, thank God it's not weekly, blimey, otherwise. But yeah, so this one is obviously one of Jabba's goons, one of his sail barge goons. I don't remember having this one as a kid, but it's another one of those characters that really displays nicely in a graded case with his weapon. I really like this one. It's a great addition to the collection, as General Grievous would say. And again, I think I've got this one. I don't think I got a bargain on this one. I think I got about right for this one, having looked at some others that have gone on eBay. But as I say, it should keep my average down, I think, on this one. Yeah. Next one, a 1980 Commander.
Let's
get it right this time.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah.
1980 Commander.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't even realise I'd done it. Hong Kong COO, UKG graded 85%, and this one cost £47 on eBay. Again, I was the only person, I think, to bid on this one. It was an absolute bargain, because again, this one gets damage from, there's a silver line that goes around the back of the helmet on this one. And that gets easily rubbed off. And again, on this one, it's absolutely untouched, and it's every bit an 85% UKG. And to get it for £47, I mean, I don't need to tell you that's
nothing.
it's a steal, really, isn't it? I mean, in relative terms, anyway. So yeah, that's massively going to bring my average down this week.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. I think your average might come down, actually.
Yeah, definitely. And the last one is a 1980 Luke Skywalker Hoth, Hong Kong COO, UKG graded 80%.
Okay.
And this was £70 from Another League Toys. Now, this one is every bit the 80% because the paint isn't fantastic on it. I've got to be honest. The sub score is 80 on the paint, and
Yeah.
it's, as I say, I tried to get them 85 if I can, but I these ones are fairly expensive to get high grades.
Yeah.
So
You
I
got to take
decided
the hit sometimes.
yeah, exactly. And as much as this is a cool figure, and I remember playing with this figure many times when it used to snow every year when you were a kid.
Yeah.
I'd have this out in the snow, reenacting Hoth, and I love this figure, but it's not one of my favorite figures. So I was happy to go down to an 80 on this one. And again, it's another Luke Skywalker for the Luke Skywalker collection. It's another one that seems to have a slight bend to it, a bit more, another one of the porn star posies that we've got that I've managed to pick up. But again, I've tried the tip of knocking the top of the graded case, but it doesn't seem to do anything.
It's not happening.
No, but if I want to complete the 96, I've got to get all of these. So yeah, happy to get that.
So before we finish, you were saying that it wasn't one of your favourites, so you're happy for it to be a slightly lower grade. Is that going to be what determines the grade on some of these then? If they hold a lot of sentimental value, would you rather they were in there in a higher grade?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of time I was toying with, about a year ago, I was toying with Boba Fett going down a grade, and I saw him at 85, and I probably would have gone higher to get him for an 85, grade. But I managed to get him as a bit of a bargain, as I said earlier. But because he's such a favourite as a kid, that I would have found it difficult to get one that was not a very good paint app to him, or had all the paint rubbed off. I don't think I could have done that. And obviously, Jedi Luke Skywalker, there's no way I would have done that with that. And I think I said at the beginning of this process, if I can get it at what I deem a very good price, I'll always stick to 85. But as we've been going through this process, and I've been learning, and you've been learning, and we've kind of talked this stuff through together. If I see a figure, I mean, there's one that I'm in the midst of sort of negotiations with at the moment. That actually, there's two that are 75 grades, and to, without giving them away, I'll just say they're not figures or that I have much affinity to when I was growing up with. So I'm not too bothered about getting them at 75 grades. And if it brings them the price average down, because I obviously, I've at the beginning of this process, I sold a lot of stuff that I had in the garage because it's sitting in a garage. What's the point in keeping it? But I've reached the point now where I've only got a few boxes left in there, and it's kind of stuff that I'd be a bit heart wrenched to get rid of. So it's just getting funded purely now by my wages. So I'm having to really think hard and carefully about what I pick up, and and obviously how much it costs. So yeah, to answer your question, there's certain characters I would rather wait to save up to get them at good grade, but there are going to be characters now that I think I'm definitely up for a drop into 75 or possibly 80. So yeah.
Well, the road's long. There's a few more to pick up.
It's been a good few weeks, or few months really, to get these 5. So it's especially that Boba Fett. I can't stop looking at it in the case behind me. It looks so good. It's a great pickup,
and it's a great one to have in the collection. Definitely. Excellent. No, that's a good week. That's definitely going to bring your average down. Hopefully you all enjoyed that episode. Make sure you comment on this one. Tell us what you thought. Otherwise, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, of course, and we will catch you in the next one. We'll see you later.
See you later.